Oh, hey, it's the podcast where I, Fiona Frawley, show Duane Doogan, a man, that there's more to life than wrestling, Wrexham, and the Roman Empire. This is Men Welcome. Another creative pursuit we're doing together at the moment. We're getting some work done on our house. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
It's always work on the house and not work on the relationship.
That's because the relationship has been completed. We don't need to do any
Is
work
it?
on it. It's perfect.
Why do I not feel whole?
But you feel a whole. Right, that was a bit nasty. That's the kind of
Oh,
thing.
did you a
that-
whole as in?
Yeah,
Oh,
you're only as happy as the hole that you feel. This is the kind of thing
feel
that
or
your
feel?
nanny wouldn't. Oh, see, there we
You
go.
had it.
I can't do this stuff. Like,
You did do a pun.
what one?
I forget it wasn't good.
I've never done a. I don't think I've ever done a pun in my
You did.
life.
I was so proud of you.
Oh, I'm shy.
Don't be silly.
But I can't remember it. But yeah, we are finally doing some little renovations in our house. So blessed, so delighted, and so honoured. The builder has been kind of tipping away, uncovering things about the house. And
Yeah.
I think maybe this happens a lot when an old house is getting done up. Like he's discovering things that aren't necessarily above board
Right.
and that he might have questions about. And our toilet is famously, for anyone who knows us knows this about us first. Our toilet opens directly onto our living room.
Yeah, but I say it's good because you can sit here. The fridge is also in the living room,
It
off
is.
into the corner. It always has been for three plus years.
Hence why we're getting work done on the house.
You can, if I'm watching the game, the ball game. If me and Carlos
You-
Solis are watching
exactly,
Duke
you've just been
in college
watching
bingo,
Desperate Housewives. That's what you call it.
and I need to get a beer. No, I send Carlos to get a beer while I go take a shit. We get to continue to watch the game.
Yeah.
And we're like, move out of the way, Dad.
Yeah. I told that to my friend Claire was visiting the baby and she brought her son Freddie and he's like 5. A couple of funny things happened that time. I was like, gonna let him watch TV and I was like, do you know how to turn on Peppa Pig? And I like gave him the remote and he was like, no, I'm 5. And I was like, oh, I need to learn about like
You're like,
when
my kid already has the remote app on his phone.
my kid changed the batteries in that remote today. So what the fuck have you done? But then I was trying to have a bit of crack with him and he was like, oh, I don't know, something about going to the toilet. And I was like, you can watch the telly from that toilet. You don't even have to pause your show. And he was in there like going to the toilet with the door open. And Claire was like, Freddie, what are you doing? And he was like, she said I can watch the telly from here. And I was like, oh yeah, kids take you literally. Guests
What
at
I do
ours,
like,
please
though,
do
is
close
that
the door.
he did figure out how to use the remote because as you were talking, he just turned up the telly to quiet you down.
Did he do that?
Yeah.
That's what my nanny used to do if any of us would be yapping. And I love that as a way of not creating conflict, just saying, here, shut the fuck up.
Okay, well, now I know what you really mean.
It's good. But oh yeah, so the thing that the builder uncovered. So yes, our toilet is downstairs.
Oh, yeah, I know where you're going.
And
with
he was looking out the back garden and he was like, lads, weird thing. Where's because this kind of I'll work on my impression of him because maybe he'll become a character on the pod.
this. Maybe.
Maybe one day he'll be on the pod.
Maybe. Well, he doesn't seem to know what technology is. Yesterday, while giving out about an establishment, he said, "Oh, Jason, the way that they treat people, you should put them on the sky tubes." I'm like, you
He
must be
knows
trying.
what he's doing with that. Like he knows he's being.
He has asked me, "Do I know how to do a WhatsApp?"
He's being, as he says himself about everyone else, a cute whore. He's being a cute whore. But so he was looking at out the back garden, and he was like, "Weird thing. Where does your toilet waste go? Like where's the drain?"
Yeah, I did love that when he was saying this, he did everything he could to avoid saying, "Where's your shite?"
Where does your shit go? And
Because
we were
when he
like,
established that he thinks, as you're about to say, that it flows through our garden in
Yeah.
an open drain. And then,
spoiler alert.
well, sorry,
I was just getting to that.
no, but sorry, but look, that's the point. Look, yeah, sorry, spoiler alert. Go on, well, finish the story then.
You
We know how it
fucked
ends.
Yeah, well, we know what end.
There's a drain out the back, and basically he kept getting me to shove toilet paper into the toilet, flush it, and he'd see if he could see the toilet paper go by. And he's like, "I see it," and then we're just kind of standing there, and I'm like, "You right? Is that that's fine, though, is it?" He kind of like it was just like it was his first day here. You know, he's gotten loose with the curse words since. He'll like say he'll like drop a couple of C bombs, no hassle, and then be like, "Oh, I made a balls of that. Sorry for the language." But on the first day, he didn't want to drop any language, and he's like, "Well,
He didn't want to drop that
it's just
language.
it's an open grate, you see, and just over time, like you're gonna smell some things." And I'm just like, "Oh, are you telling me that
We've got a
every
shit garden.
every time I shit, if you're sitting out there hanging out the clothes or enjoying a nice glass of rosé in the evening, that my shit shares the same air as you in the back garden and goes out the back, and everybody in Crumlin's like, Duane had curry for lunch."
The air of Duane Doogan's shit hangs heavy in Dublin
But then
12.
he spoke to our neighbours and he was like, "Here, is the, does somebody redo the works here? Because I think that the waste comes out through this open drain." And the neighbour just went. Our neighbour, I think he used to be a tradesman, so I think like he
Yeah.
understands
And he's also lived in this house his whole life,
his whole
and he's
life.
now like 85.
But like he understands the process of, he can deconstruct his words. Like, because when he's telling me it, I'm just like, "Do you mean shit?" As opposed to, "What are you actually trying to tell me here?"
Or do you mean your shit, like your stuff? Like he's like, I gotta throw my shit out here, and he means like his wheelbarrow and stuff, his possessions. Is that what you mean? Like, do you mean shit or your shit?
I do have to appreciate how much shite, not to be confused with your shite
Mm.
that you do in the toilet, but I do have to appreciate how much shite you're talking to fill silence.
This is the thing. We actually don't get along with each other. So, like, why are we? You don't like any efforts that I make creatively.
That is not true.
So, should this be the last
I
episode?
literally have
or
your
what?
artwork hanging up in my office.
I know, but when I try something on this podcast,
No, I said I started by saying I appreciate it.
yeah, but if you have to say I appreciate something, it means.
I don't appreciate how often you put your hand in front of your mouth while talking.
I know, but I don't know about stuff like that.
Yeah, but you've been told twice now,
Yeah, but
and you continue to defy a man who's telling you what to do. Anyway, the next door
I
neighbor,
actually don't even know what to do with that.
the next the next door neighbor was just like, "Does this shit does this shit just roll out here?" He's like, "Yeah,"
No, the builder said that, and the neighbor said,
and the
yeah.
neighbor was like, "Yeah," and his defense was brilliant. Sure, it's on every house on the row. We all do it. As if to be like, if we're all shitting in open air, what's the problem?
What's the problem? We're allowed to have a little shit in our back garden. A terraced row of houses that shits together stays together. And that's what we've always said
Yeah.
at our summer parties that we have.
I didn't include that on the daft listing.
No, they didn't.
They weren't like, oh,
B or rating, D or whatever, open air shitter outside.
open air shitter.
And you get to see it travel. So
You
get
do
to
get
see
to
it go.
see it.
It's like, do you know, in
Because that's the thing. You might see the shit travel, but boy, are the pipes clean enough that you can.
They are. Exactly. Yeah, they're so clean. They're so see-through that they don't exist. It's like in, do you know, in The Simpsons, when it's that episode where Lisa becomes like the tree hugger and she camps out in the massive tree to stop it from getting cut
You know,
down.
I don't know The Simpsons.
Okay, well, someone listening will know this. And they end up like by camping out in the tree, they're like, that little girl's so cute, she becomes a commodity. And like they turn the park into like Lil Lisa land. And it's like a fairground, and they're cutting down the trees all around the one that she tried to save. So it's like she's made more of a mess. And then there's this scene where there's a big log that has Lisa's head on top, and it ends up getting like sawn down and then traveling all through Springfield, and no one can stop it. And the song that plays is, this log is your log, this log is my log, da da da, you know, that kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
And that's what it's
Wait,
like.
no, that's my log.
Wait, no, it's your exactly. And then Mo Sizlak, for reasons I can't remember why in the episode,
Is the surname necessary?
well, just I guess it just rolls off the tongue. You
Which-
can't have Mo without Sizlak.
Which Mo are you referencing now?
I could have been referencing, if you listened to last week, Mo Salah.
In The Simpsons.
Yeah, there is only one Mo, but like, put some respect on his name.
I don't know a lot of Simpsons songs. I do know episode 100 of The Simpsons starred U2,
Of course you
and
know that.
Homer took over the garbage for the city, and he had
Oh yeah, I know that. What
is
was
it like
that
the
song
handyman
again?
can or something? The Candyman can? Oh, is that a
Yeah.
different song?
No, but I remember there
The
was a
Trash
song
Man,
for that.
Trash of the Titans, I think is the name
The
of the episode.
Garbage Man can. I
The
can't.
Garbage Man can,
Maybe it was
something like that.
that.
And I
Um.
do know, and you can maybe tell me this if this is a fever dream, because I watched The Simpsons like as a child, but I probably stopped 25 years ago, being honest, if not
Yeah.
more.
Grand. Whatever.
So
All right, you're a
no, but as in
legend.
like I don't know a lot of references, but I have a memory in my head of there's like this really strange looking massive man, but he's Michael Jackson, but he's not Michael Jackson, but he
Oh,
sings.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But he's having a
And
mental
is it Michael
breakdown.
Jackson's voice
I
or an
can't remember,
impersonation?
but I can't
Is that
remember.
real? Yeah.
Yeah, that is an episode, and he's like, "No, I am Michael Homer. The two of us need look no more." And then I think it turns out that he's just escaped from a facility, and he's not like doing too well in the head. And that's the episode with Lisa. It's your birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday, Lisa.
Lisa.
But anyway, what I was saying about the log in the Lisa episode is it flows all through Springfield, and that's like our shits out the back garden,
Just
flowing all through Crumlin.
just waving.
And we all wave it on. This log is your log. This log is my log. And we join in with
I don't want to
all the people
share
on our row.
shits with Conor McGregor though.
No, up there they have
Do
drains.
we
That's a
believe that
bit
he
further
lives
up.
like in Kildare or something?
I think that's right, isn't it?
Yeah, so he can fuck off.
We knock in. No. Um but yeah, so that is the crack with
I'm
the
thinking of other Simpsons songs. There's
Be My Vest, of
that's what I
course.
was thinking. That's the
I
one I
knew
was
you
thinking
were
of.
because I know you know that one. So
Okay.
that's just how well we
It's
know
Mr.
each other.
Burns or
Yeah.
something. What else is there? I know REM are in an episode and they're eating like tofu and stuff. And the
Yeah.
Smashing Pumpkins when Homer gets hit in the belly with the
Oh yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. What's the name? What's the main singer from Smashing Pumpkins?
William Billy Corgan.
Oh yeah, and he goes, Billy Corgan, Smashing Pumpkins. And Homer goes, Homer Simpson, smiling politely. There are
That's
really,
good.
really good jokes in The Simpsons.
Billy Corgan owns the National Wrestling Alliance.
Which one to do with that?
But that's weird.
I don't know what that
like
is.
his job now is running a wrestling promotion.
I've never
And
heard
one
of
of the
that
oldest
wrestling thing.
It's one of the oldest wrestling promotions in the world.
But you always, I feel like I know a lot about
It
wrestling.
has lost
because
a lot of its luster. But like in the going back to the 40s, 50s, 60s, and then especially in the 70s and 80s, it was probably the biggest wrestling company in the world.
Is it what the dad was in from the movie Iron Claw?
Were they in the NWA? No, that was World Class Championship Wrestling.
Okay.
Based out of Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
The Sportatorium.
Yeah, they were from Texas.
Yeah.
No one cares about that.
No, but I love that
us.
we heard that on the radio. We're like, oh, this song is dumb and AI. And now we're just holding our baby being like, he's from Texas, I can tell by... Oh, wait, no, hold on. I was in the bathroom today sending one of my shits around
around the
Drimna,
community.
and I come out to find you singing that song to our baby and this is, it's the most losery thing I've ever seen. Reading the lyrics on Spotify. Like, do you know if you scroll down on Spotify, it will show and highlight the lyrics like it's karaoke, and you're just like, he's choosing Texas, I can tell, drinking a baby bell.
But that's just when I
And then it mentions I-40, which is like a motorway, and you're like, and you were like, oh, what did you say?
I think I said 140.
And you mess up the whole rhythm and.
Well, yeah, because once it gets into the verse, you don't know how they go. But it's good to like talk to your baby and sing to your baby as much as you can. So
I agree.
I don't want to. I don't want to just keep doing the same lyrics. I want to
hold
do
on.
the full song.
You're like, it's good to talk to your baby, but I just ran out of things to say, so I had to search.
Sometimes you do. Yesterday as well, I was out for lunch with my mum and dad and sister, and Bobby just would not stop feeding, like for a second. Like he just constantly.
Say it properly.
What?
Bobby would not stop.
Stuck in that tit.
Sure.
What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna make you say something like that.
Yeah. And and so he was stopping for a while. And I went to the bathroom. My mom was holding him, and then she hands him back. And like I was like, I know what you want from me, you only want one thing. And I think my mom said, like, yeah, you're the cow or whatever. And then I started singing Doja Cat Bitch, I'm a cow. Bitch, I'm a cow. I don't go moo. Bitch, I go meow. I don't know how the rest of the song goes. Um, and my mom and sister were like, maybe that's not a good song to sing to him.
Ah, no, I've been saying some pretty inappropriate things to the kid.
Yeah, he needs to learn.
I was threatening to kill him the other day.
Sorry?
Don't let your mum know that, because no, but I
Maybe
was
we'll
just
cut out
no,
that
but like
bit.
it was kind of like, oh, Bobby, I'm sorry, you're too cute. I'm gonna have to kill you.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, death by squeeze.
And I was like, if you've any other ways that I can squeeze you without squeezing you to death because you're so damn cute, let me know.
Yeah.
And the kid didn't say anything.
Yeah, so maybe it's what he
How about
wants.
we move that out of the way?
Sorry. But yeah,
The if you're an eagle-eyed video watcher of this pod, because I don't even know if it comes up in the clips, because it might just be your head or mine. But behind us
your head
here,
or mine.
preferably yours.
Yeah.
No, my mother listens. Um,
Yes.
yeah, every week. Does your mother listen to this?
Yeah, she loves it.
Okay, well, then why does Spotify say we only have 3 listeners? Because if both of us listen to it and both of them listen to it, we should have 4.
I haven't listened.
Oh, there. So that's 3 makes sense. But this picture behind us, it is the album art. It's us in a lovely gold frame. If you're on Spotify, click switch to video to see it now. But I will just ruin the illusion for anyone who does watch the video and sees that there. This isn't an actual fixture of our sitting room.
No.
I would have no problem doing it, but you're very much like, I will just like leave it there, and then an hour later I'll go into the office and you'll have put it on the desk.
Yeah, because I cringe if anyone comes over, which
No one comes over. You haven't
a lot
invited.
of people were coming over when the baby was born. And I don't want that like professionally taken beautiful photos by Sinead Murphy, photographer, by the way. But I don't want this like professional photo of us in the middle and people be like, oh, that's lovely. That's
It's
very nice.
clearly a piss take.
It's not clear to some people that
Yeah, well
call
then,
over when you have a baby.
then they don't deserve to be looking at my child. But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
so this photo doesn't stay here all week. It goes up and lives in a drawer. And I sold a television.
You
Now,
did.
I'm a pretty good boy. I'm in the business of not so much stock trading, but possessions are wealth. And they say sell high, buy low.
Okay, yeah.
But
Of
I
course.
think, let's think outside the box. Let's flip things on its head. So if you to swap sell high, buy low, what does that give you?
Sell low, buy high.
Sell low, buy high. I'll buy high, sell
Sell
low.
low, yeah.
And well, I bought this television, £300 sterling. Bought it in a an electronics store in Cricklewood, North London, for £300.
You always sound 90 years old when you say Cricklewood because just no one refers to that anymore as somewhere to live.
What's the
Ever
crack in
since,
Cricklewood, bro?
no, like no one is
What's the
living
crack in
there now.
Cricklewood?
Like they're living in like what's that like Clapham and shit. Like
What's the crack in
Dalston.
Cricklewood?
When's that from? Like
Probably the 70s.
yeah, exactly. Like you're
Sorry
not
that I'm naming a place within the
fucking
town.
showing up in bell bottoms, like tearing down and no
Okay,
blacks, no dogs, no
so what?
Irish sign.
What?
We've moved on.
Oh, we've moved on from no blacks, no dogs, no Irish.
Yeah, we're fine now.
You think it's all good?
Yeah. No,
Get her in the comments.
For
We should.
clarity, no, I don't.
Can we attract, for the algorithm's sake, the right wing Facebook groups to start commenting on our stuff, so they're just
I'd rather not.
God, we get a few followers.
Okay, go on. What do you want to nag them with?
I love
I
trans
love woke.
people and abortions.
Right.
I'd abort trans people if I could.
I love them as well. I'd abort you so hard. Hey, for our first wedding anniversary, I'm gonna give you what you've always wanted. I'm gonna abort you.
What?
You're the what? You started it, like
Yeah, but don't abort me.
love abortions. I'd have one myself.
Abortion of chips.
And scene.
That's a Fred Cook joke. Credit to.
Oh,
Where's
right.
Stu? But I bought the television for £300, and someone came round to buy it the other day. Put up an advert for €50.
Yeah.
He says, "I'll give you 30." I said, "Nope. Give me 40. Meet in the middle. We have a deal." He said, "Nope." I said,
Fuck off.
"Well, no, thank you. Enjoy not having a television."
Yeah.
And then,
Enjoy staring at the wall.
how's that yawn going for you?
I tried to do it subtly.
Well, you made a noise.
No.
Yeah. And there's microphones capturing this.
I am interested in what you.
I put it up for €50. He said 30. I said 40. He said no. He said 30 again. I said no. couple of days go by. I'm like, I'm going to show this guy. I'm going to sell this for the full 50 now.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, God, I could have got it for 40 when he's selling it for 50. In the end, no one
Sure, he'd
bid.
be up nights about that, yeah.
Well, no one bid, and I went back to him and was like, will you sell it for 30 now?
About what I said, about €40. I was only joking.
But he came round and I was looking for the remote and I was opening the drawers and I just pulled open the drawer and that is facing up at him.
The picture of us, the framed, professionally taken
Yeah,
piss
he's
take
seen
picture of us.
you've answered the door to him. I'm now in the room with him. And I'm just like, oh, he didn't see that, did he? And I just kind of glance at him. And he looks at the photo, looks at me, and he just goes,
I wonder, did he think, maybe I'll die in this?
or maybe he's thinking, oh, they're putting their professional photos in the drawer and this man's selling off his possessions. It's over.
Yeah.
I could tell that your one answer in the door was mad for it and hasn't been rattled in weeks. I wish I never said that.
What the fuck? Here, can we talk about what I want to talk about now?
Nah. How about this? How
Yeah.
about rather than making you the subject of embarrassing things, how about I put myself right in the shop window of being a dumb boy?
Yeah.
We were walking around Brickfield Park, our local park, and I was met with, I kind of always wanted to happen.
It's the age-old event that
Yeah.
happens in a park.
But I always look forward to it because I'm like, I can kick a football. Like I was never
Allegedly.
No, but I was never on the team. But the guys who were on the team would be like, whoa, will you at least play with us at PE?
That's so sad.
No, because
That's so shit.
they'd be the proper losers, no offense, but you know who you are in Closhmore and Cove. And I'd be like, oh, do you want to just like not bring your gear this week? Like, I'm not good enough for the team, but like when we're having a 5-a-side, it's like, do you know what? I don't mind having Duane on
We'll
the team.
let Duane give us the oranges at halftime.
No, I'd be allowed to play during PE and they'd want me on their team. It's like, right, he's a good hand. I wouldn't be picked first, but I wouldn't
Good
be picked
hand.
last.
I thought you don't use that in football.
Have you ever heard of goalkeepers?
Oh, right. So you'd have to be in goals.
No, I'm not very good in goals. I was a good.
Okay, well then what are we?
I wasn't bad. I wasn't a player, but like for the guys who couldn't get on the team, I was pretty handy at football.
Okay. Oh, right. You were handy.
Yeah. Were you?
Thierry Henry.
Were you not? Were you not taking the piss a second ago? With good hand.
I just didn't know why you said hand. Anyway,
good hand. Like it's a good soldier.
I've never heard that.
Oh well, look. Oh my god! I'm starting to hate you.
The dust is going to your head.
Not stuck in my nose, so apologies about that. Apologies about that. Apologies.
Apologies.
Okay. We don't have to say every
I was just
thought
thinking about that because our son's feet smell like cheese at the moment.
Yeah, never mind. For them, we like him,
Yeah.
of course. But the ball came rolling down to us. Now, in fairness, it wasn't on a flat surface. He was probably, I'm going to say, 20 feet above us in terms of altitude.
Yeah.
And I was amongst a lot of really large trees.
Yeah, if you know Brickfield Park, there's a slope.
Yeah, a big slope. And do you know what? But I'm like, well, when the ball rolls to me, I could see it roll into me. And I'm like, right, don't just rest at the top of that. Start to roll down. I'm like, oh. And then I just kind of position myself. It's like, do you know what? I'm going to take this first time. Do I need to take a touch? I don't need to take a touch. Hit it first time. That's what my coach used to say to me. Like, hit it first time.
Oh, so you were happy this happened?
It has come close in the past. And when it has, I'm like, oh. I just want to be in the park kicking the football.
Because in the moment
you don't want to do it on your own because you just kick it far and then you got to go chase it and then it's like playing tennis with yourself.
It's really sad. Because in the moment you said, oh God, I'm not going to have to kick it back up, am I? But I didn't know internally you were having this dialogue.
I was probably playing the goon.
Yeah, of course.
But like, I'm about to nail this.
Oh,
and I inside of the right foot kind of went to bend my left shoulder. Kept my left leg straight.
Technique on point.
Yeah, I think I was going for what would be you consider the David Beckham. Right. I'm hitting it with the inside of my big toe on my right foot. Not going to toe poke it. Not going to side foot it because it needs a bit of power and it needs placement. And the one thing I used to pride myself on was, look, I might not be able to tackle. I might not be able to run. I might not be able to get a shot bury it with a lot of power.
You might not be very good looking.
But I think what I did best was I could ping a pass 40 yards to feet.
Yeah,
To
of
chest or to
course.
feet.
I mean, anyone I can ping a pass.
No. Trust me, it's a skill I'm very proud of to this day. Until of course last week, and I just do it. And well, look, there's no trees on a pitch, so maybe it wasn't my fault. But I hit the ball, bang, hit the nearest tree to me, and it actually went further away than it was.
You caused more of an
He had
inconvenience for the
like
kids.
he came the whole way down, and I was like, "Oh, sorry, mate," and he didn't
No,
even.
you did something. You did a gruel. You did a like, oh God, that was awful. Or like you were gonna say like so shit, but you said awful. So you were like, oh God, that was awful or something. Like you did one of those. And I was like, I'm not with this guy.
You just rolled on with the baby.
Literally.
But like, I just wanted to kick it up to him, and like he can see me, so he's like, "Oh yeah, please, Mister, pass it up." Hit it,
Meester.
smacks off the tree, goes behind me, and then like before I can even attempt to go, oh, I'll rectify this and go get the ball. He starts to come down the hill to be like, I better do this myself,
This old lad doesn't have a
and it
fucking
went
clue.
behind me into like the nettles as well. Because
Oh,
oh,
what a fucking palaver.
I,
It's happened to me a lot. Like people kick a ball out and like
you've had to kick it
I
back.
no, I don't kick it back because that's what would happen to me.
You have no control. I like. I usually say hand to eye coordination. I don't think
I don't
you.
have a hand.
No, I don't think you have any below the neck to eye coordination.
Yeah, I'm fucked. I'm rotten as well.
No, I never
I'm
said
real
that.
ugly and all. Anytime the ball's rolled down and I feel like a bitch, but then I don't want to over explain either. I don't want to be like, you guys don't understand how much more awkward I'll make this for you and me if I try and kick this. So I kind of just ignore the ball. Sometimes I'll be like, sorry, there's no point me. Uh, you know, when you try and come up with something quick,
Yeah.
and you're like, sorry, no, I'd fucking, how it's have a good game. That's kind of what I do. But yeah, I've never tried to kick it. God no.
Do you think we should
I
take
wouldn't
soccer
even know
lessons?
how to get my foot around that. No, I'm a bit busy at the moment for the soccer lesson.
I did start moving some things into the shed. We have a skip with the work being done, so I threw a few things in there. Like, right, what do I really need? And I took out a pair of Adidas Predator boots that I have had, I'm going to say, over 20 years.
Oh, so they're an heirloom.
They shouldn't be. They're still in pristine condition.
I feel like they could have called them literally anything other than predator. Like,
Well, it was like it was around the time of
when
Predator the
predators
movie.
were really big.
Well,
Like,
no, it was Predator the movie was around. It was late 80s when these were created.
right.
By Craig Johnson, former Liverpool player. Um,
Also, the time Jimmy Savile was at large. Want to talk about predators?
some say he still is large.
Some
Have you
say the
seen his
devil
dead
is
body?
dead. The
So
devil is.
you can't tell me he's dead.
Personally, no. So yeah,
He'd love that though, wouldn't he?
he'd love me to
Oh
have a look at his dead body.
no,
The dirty
he'd
fucker.
love like. Is it a bit sad or is it justice that the thing he loved most he now is, but he never gets to enjoy it?
Dead.
Well, he used to go into the morgues and fiddle the dead bodies. He used to be like, "Well, I'll fix it for you if you let me in
Oh, I
there."
didn't know he was at that as well.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Now. That is like,
Did you actually not?
I didn't know
He's
he was at
famous
that.
for the. He'd do like charity shows for like the local morgues, and then be like, "All right, I've raised the money."
Now
It's
I'm off to raise the dead.
huh, and the dead are gonna raise me.
Yeah, that one was better.
But yeah, I'm like, will I throw these out? And I'm like, no, I'm gonna keep the Predators. And like, I don't know when I'm ever gonna wear them. I just, there is a light that never goes out.
So true. The predator's got a baby in the house.
But it's not. I think it was earlier that day before the tree football young boy incident, which had a context that sounds mental.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't need a nickname.
Well, no, look, if they're listening this far, I don't think people have skipped ahead and been like, "Oh God," but it's. I feel like a really shit man, and I don't want
Aw.
to go into the stereotype of being a man and the responsibilities of a man, but like I do still want to be a good husband,
You do,
and I want to
man.
be a good father, and I want
Want to
to
provide.
hold doors open for you, and I want to if I want to like get things if I can help you or whatever it may be,
Yeah, I love when you do that.
you know, and I still try like. If we order a takeaway or if we go out for lunch, more times than not, I try and be like, "Oh look, this is on me now," and
Yeah,
like
you don't have to try too hard. I'll allow that, to be honest.
you
Right.
do though, you do.
Yeah. I
Although
pay for other stuff.
you gave me money for it yesterday, I felt bad. And but anyway, I just think as if I'm not performing my stereotypical man duties enough because I was in Dunn's and I was doing some shopping and I was buying boxes of nappies
Yeah.
for our baby. So literally performing my fatherly
You were
duties.
hunting, gathering
And
nappies.
all I heard was a woman
5
behind
off
me being like,
25.
"Hey, sir, do you need some help with those? Do you want me to carry one?" And I'm like,
Stop.
"Oh, no, you're grand." He goes, "Well, do you want me to get you a trolley?" And I
Stop.
turned around and it was someone who worked there at least. So look, they're being paid to like see if they can help us. But I turned around and she was old.
And
It
bitch.
wasn't like it was a 20-year-old
Yeah.
worker being like,
Well, they
"Oh."
wouldn't bother because the
No, but
youth of
like,
today,
do you know
they
they'd be
can't
like, "Oh
get them in
God,
a service
this
shop.
he's late 30s. That's such an old man." This was a woman who was like, "Oh no, this is a man who can take care of himself."
Well, I know, like, you're trying to be funny about you, like, being not able to carry the nappies or whatever, but just to take that down and take the wind out of your sails, it could be a health and safety thing because you were carrying 3 boxes of nappies, weren't you?
Yeah, but they're not very big.
No, but you could, your vision could be
It
affected.
wasn't.
But she just can't take any risks.
They
She
were on.
probably just done a
They were
health and
on the
safety training.
ground.
They were on the ground.
I
How
was
did they not?
struggling to lift them up.
Oh,
Famously heavy boxes
oh,
of
fuck.
nappies.
Oh, then we've got a problem.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, you could have put your back out or something.
I know.
Carla.
Yeah, but look, been fun chatting to you.
It has. I'll see you
I'll
later.
see you later. Do you have something for me today?
I do. Today, it's kind of a personal one for me because
Yeah.
it's just something that I've been going through at the moment with this subject matter. We are going to talk about reformer Pilates.
Oh, I that's as exciting. Like I would love to be like podcast voice and be like, okay, join us after the break because we're going to talk reformer Pilates. Fast approaching 3 o'clock here. This is the Baha Men with Who Let the Dogs Out.
Yes, because
I had to think of who sang that very quickly. There is that right? I think that's right.
yeah, I don't know. But famously, there's no music played on a podcast. That
Not
was your
famously.
radio voice.
Yeah, but I want to be excited and all that stuff, but I'm
Who,
not.
who? Yeah, but I have a funny story, so I'll tell it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the hook. I'll see you after the break.
So I don't know if I've mentioned on this podcast or in life, but I've had a baby recently.
Yeah.
12 weeks old now. Or he's 3 months old now. But at 6 weeks,
You've been really on my arse about like when I've been like, oh, he's 12 weeks, that's 3 months. He goes, not yet. He'll be 3 months next week. And then we were somewhere and you were like, oh, he is 3 months. And I'm like, you sly little bitch.
no, it's good. It's big when it gets to 3 months, you can stop doing the weeks thing because the weeks thing is so confusing
It's
because
not.
it changes. I don't know if you've realized this every week. So you're like, how old is he again? Whereas at least now that it's months, we have a bit
Yeah,
longer
but
before it changes.
we're not even in like division or subtraction. We're in simple additions and all we're doing is adding one at a time.
Busy, like I get mixed up. But
In
like we're
fairness,
not.
yeah, you don't know left or right still.
No, that's it. That's a tough one. I do the thing with my thumbs.
Yeah, but the
But
other day, I can't remember what it was, so it's gonna be useless trying to tell this. But you basically were like, it's like, oh, right, and you're like, oh, here. I was like, no, I was like, this one, and it was like, you were like, is there two rights?
well, yeah, and they don't make it wrong. It's the other way around. Anyway, so I was at my 6 week checkup, where they basically clear you for kind of gas. They clear you for riding and they clear you for going to the gym if you
How
want.
you doing on that?
Not great on either, to be honest.
Yeah,
But so like I had an emergency C-section. It was a bit hectic. There was a lot going on at the birth. And the surgeon
you
has
should have said something.
yeah, no,
I was just
know.
in the canteen.
I know, I'll fill you in later. And the surgeon's been so like kind of nice to me since then and been like, whoa, like, are you okay? Like that was crazy what happened. So like he was like being really nice in the checkup and I thought I was like being such a brave girl by being like, and like, can I now go back to exercise? As if I had ever even exercised to fucking begin with. And I thought that he'd be like, oh my God, girl, like when you're ready, like absolutely no rush on you. Like you've had a mad time. Like take a seat and take your time. And he was like, yeah, bitch, you have to.
Was he like, you haven't gone back already?
He was like, girl, get off your fucking hole.
Do you know how much weight you have to lose?
He was like, you have to. He
You're
was
not
like,
allowed to continue wearing those hospital gowns. Like,
I wish you could still get them, hospital gowns. Oh, I would have had one in the surgery, but I can't remember that.
no, you wore your own thing in the surgery.
Yeah, but they cut it open. And there was that young lad there. I was like, what are you doing here? I'm sure he's a doctor or whatever, but he's very young.
Yeah.
I was like, you're about to see everything.
There was a couple of young ones though. So here's a question, and I think I know the answer to this. If you've got two young lads in there, is it
And
worse?
another one coming out of you.
And another one coming out. Is it worse if they're like good looking?
He was all right looking.
Yeah.
And I'd say he was like 24. And I was like,
Should have said 28 there.
congrats. No, like obviously it's not like,
No, you would be all right looking 24-year-olds at your age. You're a
oh,
mother.
I'm fine. Like there's people have that.
I
much
feel
of
as
an
if
age
we
gap.
divorced, you would get with like some 20-year-old.
No, God no, God no.
20s.
Yeah, maybe. No, I wouldn't.
Bit of a Brie Vanderkamp in you.
I'd be going up.
Really?
Yeah. But so he was like, you have to get back to exercise, Pilates, do whatever. And I was like, right, grand. So I'll go back. And I was like, Pilates is good because I can ease myself in. While I was pregnant in the lead up to the wedding, I was going to PT a bit. And that was hard because I'm used to being in a
Pregnancy
class,
training?
personal trainer. And
I only changed one of them. Actually disappointing.
kind of shit, yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought that I was used to being in a class where you can kind of hide down the back and not do it if you don't want, and maybe they won't notice. But when it's just you and the personal trainer, they're like, come on. And they're there to make sure you do it all. And you're like, fuck's sake. So I was like, I'm not going to go back to something like that. I'll go back to a nice reformer class, ease myself into it. I'll go down the back. But it was my first time trying to get myself together to go out somewhere since having the baby. So naturally, I'm down to the wire. I get into the class. It's like a minute. It's been on for about a minute, and I get in, and it's this lad filling in. Okay, and already I'm in his warm up, and I can tell it's very hectic because Pilates, reformer Pilates, it's on the machine. By the way, have you seen the machine?
No.
It's got the springs. They're all different colors. They're like different types of strength.
Is reformer Pilates or is it different?
Well, Pilates traditionally is
I
on
don't
a
even know
mat.
what that is.
It's kind of like a type of exercise that really strengthens your core.
And exercise?
Yeah, you're not familiar with that one either.
No.
Okay. It's me walkie and me squatty and me lifty.
No, keep going.
Weighty. Me pressy benchy.
You bench press?
I did actually when I had my PT. And I might go back to it, brother.
What did you even lift, bro?
For a while, she just had me lifting the bar with nothing on it.
I think that's like 20. That's like 20 pounds though.
She was like, "You relax now." She was like, "Ease yourself in, and I'll help you with this one." And I was like, "I look like such a fucking sap."
That's like if you sent a kid out to learn how to ride a bike, but you just gave him the handlebars.
Yeah, and you're like, "Take your time."
He's just going around. We're like, whoa.
Don't fall, bro.
Just pressing the brakes.
Exactly. So that's why I was not going back to that kind of thing. But I get in. And yeah, so normally Pilates, it is always very hard. It's kind of like, like repetition of like tiny little movements that look easy, but they're very difficult. But again, you can pretend not to do it, or you can pretend to do it and not redo it.
Why are you going if you're just going to pretend?
Because it's like cute and you like wear these special little socks and like you like wear a matching set and like maybe you get yourself
I hate when I go into the
after.
drawer and they look like my socks, and then I put them on, and it's like
they have a special grip.
It's like, oh no, we've got little pedo bubbles on it. Would you like the socks with the pedo bubbles?
That's the reason reformer Pilates has taken off so much, because the socks have the little pedo bubbles. Thank you for calling them that. But so this guy, and I was like, I'll ease myself back in with this class. I went to the reformer studio that's also like a physio place. So I was like, it won't be too crazy. Like some of the classes, they're really like, right, I'm going to fuck you up in here. But this place usually like big
back
stretch.
to stretch up.
Yeah, they're like, stretch it out and feel strong and feel powerful, mama. And I thought that I'd arrive into the class and that at the start he'd be like, now, does anyone have any injuries I need to know about? And that I'd like put my hand up and be like, well, I actually had a baby 7 weeks ago.
I've just shit my pants.
Which you have if you a baby. And I thought that like everyone would turn around and be like, oh my God, mama, and you are here already. You are incredible, mama. Slay, mama. Work, mama. And that he'd be like, you take your absolute time with everything. Go nice and easy and just don't feel like you need to rush into any movements. Well, I was a minute late, so he was already in the warm up. He wanted to fucking kill us. He wanted every bitch in there dead. And he was giving it, come on, ladies. Come on, ladies. Move that arm a bit further. Burn every possible calorie you can. He was like, I've got a plan for all of you guys. This summer, toned arms, backless dress, short skirts. You want to look like you do Pilates. And I was like, this isn't the kind of stuff that we normally say in here. Like,
I got a plan for you. Slutty dresses. Summer breeze.
on your
no
fucking
underwear.
knees. It was
Blow
like
that
this.
dress up. Trainer sees everything.
Maybe slow down a little. Maybe I slow my car down.
Too late, you can't cover yourself.
Maybe I roll down my window.
Oh no, I'm arrested now. They've searched my computer. No more Pilates for me.
Hey,
I got what I deserve.
Pilates in prison.
It was all worth it. I'd do it again.
Fucking would this lad. No,
That's who I'm picturing.
he was like that. He was very good.
I'm like, who's telling my wife to get into a black backless dress? If anything, I'm going to get her a dress with 2 backs on it
yeah, I do. I get cold.
for safety.
But he was just very like normally in Pilates they're like be strong. You want to feel toned, but they don't ever say like we want you to be kind of skinny or we want you to look like you do
Sure.
Pilates, whatever. And I was like, it's taken a darker turn in here. And anyway,
I can't remember which was his voice and which was mine, but go on.
yeah, but it's fine. You guys have come together. But fucking hell, it was it was like the most intense, difficult class I'd ever done in my life. And I just, yeah, I feel like Pilates in general, it's taken a bit of a turn recently. It's always been like the like dainty pretty girl does Pilates and we all go and get a matcha after. But now it's like, I'll fucking kill you in here, bitch. My friend Lisa is a Pilates instructor in Dubai.
She would.
She'd fucking kill you.
I've known her for our entire relationship now, and we met her the other day. I'm still scared of her.
Oh yeah, she'd kill you
Still
outside of the
intimidated by her.
context of Pilates.
Still enjoy her cakes.
Yeah, they're great, but she's not baking so much of it. She made our wedding cake, which was
Didn't
incredible.
get to have any of it because we had to go on stupid honeymoon.
No, fucking bastards. But so she's a Pilates teacher and she puts up like all the videos of her Pilates that she's doing. And she's recently, so you know the Reformer Pilates machine. You've never seen that. It's kind of like,
And the one machine in the gym, darling, and it's the one that gives me chocolate bars.
hey, okay, very good. They don't have really that in there.
I don't go to the gym.
It'd have like water bottles and maybe
pay for
some
the
sort
gym.
of protein ball.
Yeah, I went to the gym and from the machine, I bought a lock and I bought a towel because they were like, you need a lock and a towel. I'm like, I don't have.
Come on. Can't
Like,
you give me one?
I've got new shorts though. Don't you see?
They did, and they loved that. They actually told me about that because I go to that gym as well.
Really?
Not anymore. Now I go to Pilates.
I've never seen you there. I've never
Neither
been.
of us go to it. But she's got this new Pilates machine, and it looks like so the normal reformer Pilates machine. It's like a little bed you can lie down on it, but it's got springs and it's got ropes that you put your feet or your arms into, and you can like use it loads of different ways to cause yourself.
This is a great advertisement to use the video because the movement you just used there. I felt like I was watching a granny on You've Been Framed dancing at a wedding.
That is what it looks like if you're doing reformer Pilates without the fucking reformer. But anyway, her new one is like, instead of being the size of a bed, it's like the size of a little skateboard. And it still has all the like springs and stuff. So instead of getting a nice little lie down in between, all you get is pain. And I think reformer Pilates and Pilates in general started out as, yeah, it was always going to be hard, but it was just to strengthen your core and like improve your posture and stuff. But now it's become something that's gonna like get you fucking tight, get that body T mama. And
yeah, but sure, we were just taking the piss. Big isn't beautiful, and everyone now has to be skinny.
yeah.
And also, just
It's an Ozempic world out there.
the world is a bit mean.
Exactly. And I feel like that's being reflected in the
Hunters,
evolution of
the hunters have become the hunties.
totally.
No, sorry, the monsters have become the munsty. No, what is it? What's the phrase?
Who-
Oh, that's it. In an attempt to defeat the monster, don't become the monster.
Well, like that's not really what I'm talking about. But anyway, I just feel like the way diet culture is going, the way we want women to look, I feel like that's being reflected in reformer Pilates because it's getting way more. They openly say in the class, "You want to be skinny in here, bitch? You want to be fucking skinny? Get on this fucking reformer." Whereas before they'd be like, "Mama, you are strong. You are powerful."
And this all changed after you went to birth class. Well, no, what do you call it? Had a
Had
baby.
had a baby. No, I feel like it's been happening for a while. Does anyone else think that? Anyone else who's been doing Pilates a while think it's getting away more like, oh, you're in here because you want to get fucking snatched. Whereas before it was like, you are here because you are a lotus flower and we are powerful inside. That's just what I've been thinking this week.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions about Pilates?
No. I did just notice. I'm wearing my. We spoke a
Inside
couple of weeks
Crocs?
ago about both wearing Crocs, but I'm wearing my furry Crocs now. You
Yeah.
bought these for my birthday. I didn't even know they existed, and I absolutely adored them. They're like slippers, but they're Crocs, and it's the best of both worlds. And it just reminds me when we did the Croc episode, buddy of mine,
Crepisode, as it's known.
episode, buddy of mine, Magic Mike Hurley, who seems to be listening to the pod on the reg. Thank you if you're listening. I miss you.
Thanks, Mike.
He sent a picture of him in his truck. He's been in America for like 10 years, and he seems to have embraced the American way. So he like drives a truck and he builds big TV cabinets and his decking and
From
stuff like that.
Texas, you can tell.
And he had like his foot up on his dashboard of this big truck, so it's a big dashboard, showing off his Crocs, while in the middle was the TV screen on the car, being like, "Oh, the Men Welcome
They got
podcast."
TVs in the cars in America.
And I was like, "Brilliant! I'm going to screenshot this and use it as content on the podcast socials." And I screenshotted it, and Instagram was like, Mike says you can only look once, and it didn't let me screenshot it. And I was like, "What?" And then I tried to click back into it. It was like the photo's gone.
Whoa.
So shout out to Mike. He did a really nice thing years ago. I got really drunk.
Can I just say, we're meant to be talking about Pilates right now.
You asked me
This better be
questions.
good and quick.
Yeah, get away from my
And
life.
also ask him to send you the picture.
I alluded to it and he didn't. Yeah, so basically, I wanted his picture, but I don't. So what I'd like you to do, the last couple of weeks, you've told Fiona, or Fiona has told you to leave when it was ghost Salah or a turtle emoji. This week, go to @menwelcomepod on Instagram. And now I'm not looking for a picture of you. Just give me a picture of what you're looking at right now as you hear this.
Oh.
If you're walking down the road, snap a picture of the road. If you're in your house, send us your address. No, just whatever is in your eyesight right now. Send us a picture, and we might put them all together. All, or if there's not enough of them, we might not. But years
that'd
ago,
be embarrassing.
Mike, I got really drunk in Dublin.
Can I say they actually were doing that for a while on 2FM Breakfast? I don't know if they're still doing it.
Doing what?
That you'd have to, well, you wouldn't send a picture of what you were looking at, but you tell them what you were looking at. And the segment was called "What You Looking At?" Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What's that real song?
What's New Pussycat Dolls?
Oh yeah, I just forgot for a second.
Yeah.
Oh well, I don't.
I know we can't. Everything's been done already, but I'm just saying. I'm just flagging. Just flagging.
Okay, well I've got the new idea for a segment. It's called "Just a 2 Minute Quiz." That was a joke, wasn't
it? Yeah.
But no, I just want to give a shout out to Mike if I mentioned him here. He did like a really nice thing. He also had a truck here in Ireland. Maybe this
Oh
wasn't
my
even
god,
America.
you love fucking trucks right now.
He clearly loves trucks. I don't love trucks. I've never had a
Yeah,
truck.
but all you're saying about him is what trucks.
Yeah, but I
he
thought
had.
I was trying to say that he's gone to America and become big American, but then I realized, oh no, he had a truck when he was in
He
Ireland.
become big truck boy.
Yeah, he's like,
Okay,
make
go
America
on.
great.
Go on, what did you do?
He deciphered where I was. Basically, I just had too many drinks,
Oh.
and I tried to walk home, and I think I was somewhere on Dorset Street, and I sat in the doorway, and just started sending videos to my Snapchat stories, like publicly.
Whoa, what a time!
I was just singing songs. I don't know what I was singing, but I just sang over and over, and then he just pulls up in front of me, and he's like, "You need to go home." And I'm like, what? How did you find me? He's like, I recognize the shop that you're sitting in the doorway of. And it was like 3 a.m.
Aw,
And
that's
I
amazing.
just, I think
That's a diligent
that's
guy.
the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about anything I ever did? I got you those Crocs.
Second.
Great. Mike, thank you so much for taking care of my husband, getting him home safe.
Well, what I did there is I infiltrated your segment, which was smart because then I got to talk about what I wanted to do. But also, coming up next, I get to talk about whatever I want. Because guess what, Fiona? Even though that was your segment, next one's mine. Dwayne's World. Face.
Dwayne's World! Dwayne's World! It's mother flipping Dwayne's World! Oh, baby!
Okay. Dwayne's World.
Mm.
I just want to give a little shout out today to a lost character. We all speak about mental health and how much mental health is like,
Boring.
yeah, but like how much, obviously, mental health, the awareness of mental health, the treatments for it, trying to destigmatize it. But then, there's also like, oh, trying to make it like normal to talk about it. All of these things has, I think, killed the local weirdo. Do you remember the town's local
Yeah,
weirdos?
Fat Elvis and Bray.
Who's Fat Elvis and
Yeah.
Bray?
You need to know
Is he wearing an
more.
Elvis suit?
Yeah, he was Fat Elvis.
Did he sing?
Fat Elvis.
Don't just say Fat Elvis. You got to give me something. Paint a picture for me. I was
Um,
going to ask you who your local weirdos.
okay. Well, yeah, he wore an Elvis suit and he was fat and he sang. And there was
Where would he sing? Like going to pubs or in this town?
all around the town and everything. Do you know that reference?
No.
It's from X Factor. He'd sing on the streets. And there's an Elvis actually.
Is it like Dundalk or somewhere? I'd know this one.
Oh my God, there's an Elvis that used to when I was working in a pub in Shankill, he would do all the pub circuit and people would go to every pub to see him. Like they were obsessed with this Elvis. But there's also an Elvis who sings outside the Ashley Shopping Centre in Crumlin.
No way.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes.
Is he a local weirdo or just a
I don't know how he is mentally.
like a local
I'm
weirdo
sure
that
he's okay.
is meant to be like a nice guy,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but he's
yeah.
just a bit like whatever.
Exactly. Go on with yours.
So I have a couple that I remember. So I grew up in Douglas and Cork for a few years, and we had a guy there called Red Jimmy. He'd always have a bike, and I think because he always had a bike, we would say that he kidnaps children. That was his
That's
thing.
always the risk you run if you elect
Yeah.
yourself as the weirdo.
Yeah.
It's going to get into something with kids.
I remember like
pretty
we'd be
soon.
like taken to the library in school. It wasn't like we'd go to like the public library.
Yeah.
So as a class, we'd go walking like 10 minutes to the library, and if we caught him whilst in school, but we're off premises, we're like, "Where, Jimmy?" And he'd be like, "Ah!" And then he'd be like played into it. He'd be like, "Oh, he's like, I'm coming to get you, kids." And he'd come and he'd start like grabbing you and stuff.
It's what?
Like not like grabbing at
It
like.
sounds like you're doing Groundskeeper Willie from Simpsons.
No, I don't remember what his voice was like. It'd probably be like some muffled Cork accent, and he had a big red beard and red hair. And we're like, oh yeah, like I think all he did was rob bikes.
That's grand. That's inoffensive.
We would publicly be like, that's a paedophile.
Do you know what we
Because
had?
it was, but like he could have come out and been like, nah, guys, I'm just robbing bikes. But
It's just bikes for me, all
But
above
it
board,
was
and
the
we'd be like, "That's grand, you're grand."
it was the
Timmy."
'90s. You didn't want to be known as a bike thief.
Yeah, but you don't want to be known as Peter. Well, maybe
I
it was
think
grand back then.
I think it was fine back then. We didn't really mind.
No, we didn't. Do you know what? I think this is kind of local weirdo adjacent, and I think a lot of like women my age might have had this when they were growing up. It's not the like local weirdo, but it's the older lad who like, oh, he's just gas, and he
yeah.
hangs around with you and he buys you your drink
Yeah.
and maybe more, and it's like, oh, he's like, and like as if he's like very sexless and harmless, and because you don't see him as a sexual entity, you think that he doesn't think like one or act like one.
Yeah.
So we had a lad called Pink. I shouldn't maybe use his real name.
I don't think
I
that
won't
is.
say where it was. Yeah. But maybe I shouldn't use his real nickname, like. And
Oh, Pink O'Connor.
we used to, I don't know what his real name was. We used to go to his bed sit
Yeah, that's
drink.
not good.
and we'd be like, Pink's gas.
What age are you at this time?
16. Yeah.
What age is he?
30s. I think he was actually 35.
Yeah, I think he.
So I
How about I just say it this way, so I don't make any accusations against someone that you've used their name. I think he robbed a few bikes, if you know what I
I'd
mean.
say Pink robbed a few bikes in his day. But yeah, so was that
Entering his premises, that's weird.
yeah, it was his bed sit because it was as well like you couldn't go into a pub like you were too young, so you'd be out drinking like on the beach or in the streets or whatever. But sometimes it'd be cold, so it'd be like, where can we go? No one has a free gaff. We go to Pink's.
You just go. You'd invite yourself.
Pink's gas. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You'd feel like you had that sort of relationship. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think you should have.
No, I know we shouldn't have.
We had
If
one
you
in-
had a pink, which I know you did, girls, we all had a pink. Drop a pink heart emoji.
Would
I
you
know
call
it-
it pre-pinks? That doesn't really work.
Yeah.
We used to have a guy in Cove, Frankie Healy. He was funny because I used to work in an off license. Rest in peace, Frankie Healy.
Aw.
I used to work in an off license next door, and this is so badly placed, next door to where local people would have their AA meetings.
Okay.
But he'd come in and he'd be like, give us two baby Jamies there, like the little tiny bottles.
Oh yeah,
And he'd
yeah.
skull them in the door and be like, hide them, I'm going in for an AA meeting. And he used to
What
just
a guy.
he used to just he had a couple of catchphrases that he'd say to everyone. Like, I was new to Cove, but he'd come and be like, what's your name? It's like Doogan. It's like, I know your father. I'm like, he's never been to Cove. And he used to say always that the police are now going to catch you drinking in fields because they're swapping their cars for horses, and they're going to sneak up on
Oh.
you in the fields
That-
because
yeah,
you'd see the lights of the cars.
but you wouldn't hear the clip clop.
Well, no, the horses don't have lights, so you won't see them.
Yeah, smart.
And he used to
Smart,
try.
Jimmy.
No, this is Frankie.
Frankie.
I actually just googled there to see any update, and unfortunately, I read about him passing away. I think I do that anyway.
Trampled by a guard's horse.
Well, no, he did. Like, he was lucky to escape injury. He used to try and get claims by getting hit by cars, but he'd have a few too many bevies.
Again, a noble profession.
He'd had a few too many bevies one day, and he jumped in front of a car onto the floor and was like, "Oh my god, it hit me!" But he didn't realize the car was about 25 feet away and didn't touch him at all.
I love that so.
Yeah.
That's what you'd have to. If you're the guy with the car, you'd have to be like, Frankie.
Me and my mate Luke saw him one day. He asked us to go in and get him drink because a lot of the office wouldn't serve him. And I'd serve him when I was working in the office. I'm like, good man, Frankie. But
Keep at it. Keep at it, Frankie. Keep throwing yourself in front of cars.
he came over and asked me and Luke to get him drink, and I don't think we could. But we're like, what is up with Frankie? It was the strangest I'd ever seen him. I'm like, he's not well. And then we were talking to somebody else and be like, have you seen Frankie Healy? Like, oh yeah, he's sober at the minute.
Oh.
I was just like, oh.
You're like, man, what's wrong with your fucking face?
It's like you didn't realize he was drunk until you seen him sober. The weirdest one though, God, I don't know why I didn't start with this one. This is a thing. I looked this up on the internet years ago, and I found so many people
The
talking
net,
about it.
we call it now.
No, but like there's the only record of this is other people being like, hold on, I've just remembered this. Is this real? In Cork
Well, I know what you're gonna say.
was the Good News Caravan. And this caravan used to drive into the estates to teach kids about Jesus. And it was this little caravan that had a door in the back, and you step up into it, and in the back just had a load of benches, and a guy would come and read Jesus to you. This van, whatever you call it,
The Bible.
this van looked like, do you know when Father Ted tries to like save the car by like hitting it with a nail?
Yes.
Bits and bits. It looked like that because everyone just used to pelt it with stones.
Rightly
And
so.
he used to, if you'd pelt it with stones, he'd just come start taking photos of you. That was his punishment. He was like, I'm going to teach you about
Oh.
Jesus, and I'm going to keep your photos
And
up.
I'm gonna have a little treat for myself.
And I think it was like only boys he'd ever have in there. Maybe he
Oh,
took
stop.
girls.
You shouldn't have started talking about this now because I feel like we need to
We need-
relieve
no,
my mom.
If you're out there, where is the Good News Caravan?
Oh,
and
yeah.
what was he up to?
Definitely.
I do remember one day I chucked a load of branches down my back, so they were maybe about 2 or 3 feet above my head.
That's
but there's-
giving murder.
Well,
That's
no,
giving-
we just saw him coming. Like, right, how are we going to mess with the Good News Caravan? Because clearly this guy robs a few bikes, and I just
love
sit in the
this
back,
song.
and I would just like go from side to side, and he'd be like, "What are you doing back there?" I'm like, I'm a tree. I'm waving in the wind." And he would just like, he took all of the branches out of my back, threw them on the ground. I think he hit me with one of them and then took my photo. I'm like, he didn't want me dressed as a tree for the photo.
Oh, he wanted you undressed as
His
a tree.
his photo was also like, had a bulb on it. Like, that's how old it was. His camera.
God. Dirty shagger. Dirty, and may we say shagger.
I don't remember fondly. Frankie Healy and Red Jimmy, I'm like,
You don't remember fondly, but you remember fondling.
I thought it was going well there, and then you had to say that. We were tiptoeing around the whole paedophilia thing.
I
in the
don't
lots of
think we
topics
were
there.
really. We've said pedo.
No, but I kept saying robbing bikes. It was the code.
That was good.
No one got what we meant.
No,
Oh,
they
you took the
didn't.
tone down. Ruined Duane's world. It's Duane's world.
Why did you just lean forward as if you just
Well, we were going to start a new segment,
Had
so
a
I didn't know. Had a what?
shag?
When I lean forward like I've had a shag. Way to out yourself as someone who is not an active
Has
sexual
never
being.
had sex.
Like, it couldn't be more obvious. Do you know the scene in 40
Also, why did I call it have a shag?
No, but like that
No.
scene in 40-Year-Old Virgin when they're like, you have felt a titty. He's like, oh yeah, like a warm bag of sand. Like, you'd be like, oh, leaning forward like you just had a shag.
I don't
like-
know, like you just done something
Like-
active.
Every listener is now going, the only reason that she keeps mentioning the kid is to try and prove that she is not an absolute virgin.
Yeah, I fuck. I have sex. But no, that was good crack, wasn't it?
It was not bad.
We said a lot about pedos, so we're sorry for that. But there's just a lot of them around in many walks of life.
We're going to have to come up with a name for the episode that doesn't involve the word pedo.
Bike robbers. And the bike that got robbed. Guys, thanks so much for listening.
It'll be a different name than that.
Yeah, we'll work on
already.
that. Don't forget to subscribe.
Where? This week,
At Men Welcome Pod.
And I think you only know that because of scheduling conflicts. We've recorded this maybe 3 days after the last.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. So yeah, give us an old follow
Where should they follow us?
on Spotify,
Yeah.
Instagram, X, TikTok, all the places. Just let us know if you're listening. Leave a review, leave a Spotify review, rate us.
Big out. Big out. Big ups to our friends in Kuwait.
Yeah.
The analytics are telling us that 0.2% of you are in Kuwait.
So this one is for you. And we'll see you next week, Kuwait. Bye.